Hi, hello friends. Welcome to Pulse Excel. So today in this session we are just going to be discuss the reflectance spectroscopy chapter. So before start with this session, I just wanted to say that whenever we are going to be talking about the spectroscopy concept, so the one thing that is coming in your mind that will be the spectroscopy is nothing but what your interaction of light with respect to matter. So those particular part is basically known as what your spectroscopy. But when we actually talking about the reflectance spectroscopy, this spectroscopy concept will be totally different from your classical spectroscopy. Okay, so now how this is going to be totally distinguished between means from exactly different from the classical spectroscopy. The simple reason is that in the reflectance spectroscopy we are going to be study the light interaction that has been reflected or emitted by the surface or by the material. So the reflectance spectroscopy, which is nothing but it is the study of light that has been reflected or emitted by material. So we can call it as a what your reflectance spectroscopy. So the first thing that is going to be over here that mention the reflectance. तो reflectance is nothing but the what your reflection. तो वो हमें यहाँ पे समझना है. तो रिफ्लेक्शन वर्ड सबको पता है दैट रिफ्लेक्शन का मतलब बेसिकली क्या होता है यहाँ पे व्हेन योर लाइट इज इंसिडेंट ऑन एनी सरफेस. मतलब मान लीजिए फॉर एग्जांपल दीज आर द योर सरफेस. नाउ दीज आर द एक्चुअली लाइट स्ट्राइक ऑन टू दिस पर्टिकुलर सरफेस. देन व्हाट विल हैपन? सो दिस वन विल बी योर लाइट path. Okay, then what will be the exactly reflection is nothing but the when this light is incident on an interface between any two medium. अब any two medium का मतलब है suppose this is your medium number 1, this is your medium number 2. So now this incident on interface between any two medium, given that there is a difference between the what your refractive index of those of the medium and the amount of light that is actually returned back. Now these are the actually what amount of light which is going to be returned back to the original medium. What we can call it as a reflection. तो इसे हम लोग बेसिकली बोलते हैं रिफ्लेक्शन. तो ये वो आपका बेसिक रिफ्लेक्शन. देन लाइट विल बी स्ट्राइक and hit to the surface and they again bounce off into the original medium. So we can call it it is exactly we can call it as a reflection. Now further this actually reflection will be divided into the mainly two part. एक होता है आपका specular reflection and another one will be the diffuse reflection. Now these are the actually two types of the specular and the diffuse reflection are basically what depending upon the how your incident line are going to be strike onto this particular surface. Suppose now this surface I'm not talking about the surface. When this surface will be completely smooth and polished in nature, so those particular reflection we known as what your specular reflection. And if the surface is going to be your rough and the matte in nature, so those particular reflection we can call it as what your diffuse reflection. So over here that while you are going to be talking about the specular and the diffuse reflection, how we just going to be identify. So for example मान लीजिए in the specular reflection, so the example is your own image own image in mirror. तो आप अगर आपको खुद को जब मिरर में देखते हो, so whatever you reflection you will get, so that reflection is known as what is specular, because mirror surface will be completely smooth, shiny and the polished in nature. So you will get the exactly your actually origin into the mirror. So we can call it as a those reflection as a specular reflection. But if I am just going to be talking about now what is the diffuse reflection, so diffuse reflection is nothing but the what your white paper reflection. Suppose for example मान लीजिए I am just going to be taking any torch or any laser light. If I am just going to be falls onto this particular white paper, then that light will be not coming back bounce off in the original medium. तो वो आपको वहाँ पे reflection नहीं देता है. तो whenever your reflection is going to be completely blocked there, so those particular reflection is known as what your diffuse reflection. So these are the actually difference between the what your specular and the what your diffuse reflection. So just take an example. Just I am just supposed to show now both the how you are going to be distinguished. Suppose these are my surface. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, incident light is going to be coming to over here in the surface and they immediately back to the what in the original medium. So itself in the first medium. Then what will happen in the diffuse? Diffuse में क्या होता है? Your surface will be look like this, the rough surface area. Now what will happen once this light will be strike onto this particular surface, the direction of the light in the same medium, they are going to be reflected back, but the direction is going to be totally different. So the angle between these actually what taking place over here on the plane of the incident, that is not exactly match. So suppose for example मान लीजिए this is your surface. Now I am going to be making draw over here the vertical line. ओके सो दैट एंगल विल बी द एग्जैक्टली 90 डिग्री. तो यहाँ पर जब आप वर्टिकल जो लाइन ड्रॉ करते हो सो उस लाइन को यहाँ पर हम लोग बोलते हैं नॉर्मल. ओके सो द एंगल that is going to be present between this normal and this incident ray, we can call it as a what your angle of incident, and the angle which is going to be present in between the normal and the reflected ray, we can call it as a what angle of reflection. Okay, so this is so here in the specular reflection, so the whatever angle of incident is there is exactly and equally match with the what your angle of reflectance. तो इसे हम लोग यहाँ पे जनरली बोलते हैं थीटा आई इज इक्वल टू थीटा आर. एंड सो वेन एवर वी आर गोइंग टू बी satisfied this condition of angle of incident when equal to the angle of reflection, we can call it as a what your specular reflection. अब यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, if I am just supposed to now draw the normal over here and taking the 90 degree angle, so as you can see over here the theta I which is going to be present over here, it is not going to be exactly matched with the what your angle of what your reflection. So in this case your theta I, okay, which is not equal to exactly the angle of reflection, so we can call it as a your diffuse reflection. तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है, the reflection that is going to be taking place in the all the direction. मतलब मान लीजिए अब यहाँ से हुआ तो ये यहाँ पर जाएगा, अगर वो ऐसे आता है तो वो ऐसे जा सकता है. If suppose the ray is coming like this, so they coming like this. So this is how in the diffuse reflection you are talking about in all the direction. But whereas as I can say over here in the what specular, suppose this will be angle now coming over here, तो exactly ऐसे ही यहाँ पर जाएगा. So these are the incident. अगर ये इस तरह से आता है तो इसी तरह से एंगल यहाँ पे क्या होगा, आउट होगा. तो इसे हम लोग बोलते हैं स्पेक्युलर और इसे हम लोग बोलते हैं बेसिकली व्हाट यूर डिफ्यूज रिफ्लेक्शन. अब जब हम लोग बात करें यहाँ पे रिफ्लेक्शन के, तो रिफ्लेक्शन में एक होता है आपका यहाँ पे लॉ ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन. ओके, सो इन द बोथ द केसेस ऑफ द व्हाट यूर specular reflection as well as the diffuse reflection, they are going to be both the follow this particular what your law of refraction, means law of reflection. Now over here the one more thing that what I must say, this is your incident ray, okay, and this is your what reflected ray, so we can say RR, and this is your normal, and this actually point we can call it as a what your plane of incidence. तो इस पॉइंट को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं यहाँ पर, plane of incidence. So I hope so now you should completely clear the picture. So the whatever okay we are getting is only from what your topmost layer of the surfaces. So here what we can observe that thing, the what we are going to be observe, the thing is that whenever a surface is going to be completely smooth and polished, and whatever reflection you will get, those reflection is known as what your specular, whereas from the rough surface whatever reflection you will get, we can call it as what your diffuse reflection. So for example white paper, your clothing, then your mountain top surface, so we can consider as a diffuse reflection, whereas in the specular reflection you can call it as your own image in the mirror, then your water calm body, in that whatever things you are going to be observed, that is also part of the what your specular reflection. Now after understanding these, actually the basic part of this reflectance spectroscopy, so the major actually equation which is talking on the what your specular equation will be the your Fresnel equation. Okay, now the basically Fresnel equation is actually talking about what reflection and the refraction at the dielectric interface. So as earlier I said that there will be the two medium. Now in the both these two medium you have the different refractive indexes for medium 1 and for the medium 2. So then what will happen, these light which strike onto the surface, they are going to be again transmitted over here. So these are the actually a vertical line. So these are the incident ray, okay, over here. These are the reflected ray and these are the what your transmitted ray. So you will get here 3 waves on this particular what surface area. Okay, so now when we are going to be study what your refraction is nothing but the transmission waves and the incident waves at the dielectric interface, means by using the specular reflection. So the equation which we study, those equation actually we can known as what your Fresnel equation. Okay, so it is actually very important equation from the reflectance spectroscopy, that what will be the Fresnel equation. So the major key point while I am going to be talking about the Fresnel equation is that when we are going to be study the Fresnel equation over here student, so whenever we are going to be consider the reflection and the refraction. अब refraction का यहाँ पर मतलब होता है student transmission. So the meaning will be the over here the similar. So you can consider in both the way at dielectric interface. तो इसको हम लोग है जनरली बोलते हैं dielectric interface in between the two. अब ये यहाँ पे देख लीजिए in the diagram, these are the your medium 1 and these are the medium 2 and these are the what your actually plane of the incident. So these are the actually plane of the incident. Okay, so suppose I am now going to be passing the light. अगर मैंने यहाँ से light को pass कर दिया, so this actually light hit to this surface and then reflected over here. Okay, and suppose if your surface the light will be what coming from out of the surface, then they are going to be reflected over here. So this is how this middle portion will be the what here reflected, means plane of the incident. We can call it as a boundary interface. Now over here what we are going to be studying, we need to understand what is exactly Fresnel equation. So basically Fresnel equation at the end of the day provides you the ratio of the electric field, okay, with respect to your incident wave and your transmitted wave and the reflected wave. So when we study the amplitude of your electric field of your what reflected wave, transmitted wave, so those equation is basically known as what your Fresnel equation. So by using this particular diagram we are going to be study this equation. Now these are the actually a basic diagram over here. So now what will happen, once your this incident light falls onto this actually surface, so there may be the actually two possibilities over here, okay, of the interaction. Either this actually light, okay, exactly, okay, present over here as a perpendicular in nature, or either they are going to be exactly parallel to the plane of the incident. So these are the actually two possibility over here, okay, that you need to understand. So we are actually considering over here the medium. Okay, so the two media, medium 1 and the medium 2 are lossless medium. What I am saying, now this medium 1 and the medium 2 are what your lossless media. That means the conductivity, okay, for this both the media is going to be 0. So the two media now, तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ आपका कंडक्टिविटी पहले तो क्या हुआ 0 हुआ, because this media will be the lossless medium. Now what will happen, but the two media can have the different permeability, they have the different permittivity, then they have the different what their intrinsic impedance is nothing but the what difference into the refractive indexes. So in this situation now we are asking the one question is that how much power get transmitted from one medium to the what another medium. So how much power is exactly reflected now over here at the media interface. So that things now we are going to be discussed. So these are the actually one of the problem. So essentially now you have to consider your media interface, that the whatever the incident ray we are going to be consider over here, that is either they are going to be perpendicular in nature with the plane of the incident or the parallel of the incident. So then we are interested in now finding out the two quantities first of all over here. The first quantity over here will be the reflection coefficient value and second one will be the what your transmission coefficient value. तो ये चीजें हमें यहाँ पे फाइंड आउट करनी है, ठीक है. सो दीज थिंग्स यू शुड understand over. So the first the reflection coefficient which is nothing but defined as what, these are the actually what your ratio of the amplitude, okay, amplitude of what your reflected wave to the amplitude of what your incident wave. In the same way, when we talking about the transmission coefficient value, these are the actually ratio of the amplitude of the what your transmitted wave to the amplitude of the what your incident wave. Now these quantity we have defined for the electric field. तो सबसे पहले क्या करना है, we have to identify or in order to determine these quantities, okay, it with respect to what your electric field. So as we know that since the wave nature still remain the actually same, so plane wave nature as we consider. So when we required we can always find out the magnetic actually field for all the three waves. So okay, so that will be the very basic. So the incident, then your reflected, and these are the actually transmitted wave. So now the analysis is very straightforward, and essentially what we have to write down over here, that electric field and your magnetic field in the two medium, means in this particular two medium, okay, for these three waves, and you apply over here one of the boundary condition at the interface for the electric field as well as the magnetic field, and then by doing this actually criteria we just identify the your reflection coefficient and the transmission coefficient value over here. तो अब सबसे पहले मैंने क्या बोला था, तो as soon as you are going to be getting this basic diagram, so you just need to draw this particular normal. तो ये वो आपका angle of incident, this is your angle of reflection, and this is your angle of what, transmitted waves. So now we are going to be first of all consider the E vector, means electric field vector. So I just notify over here EI, this is for transmission ET, and this is for reflection ER. So once you are going to be writing down, we just need to write down the what is the actually refractive index or nothing but your intrinsic impedance for the what your medium one. So now as you can see in the medium one, you have the two waves present over here. One wave will be the your incident and second wave will be the what your reflected wave. So the what will be the your now refractive index for the incident wave. So incident wave actually what your refractive index is nothing but the ratio of what your electric field and the magnetic field. So for the incident wave you can write down the refractive index will be the what, EI upon HI. So H here stand for the magnetic field and E for the electric field. So in the same way in the medium one there will be the second wave for the reflection. So now reflection refractive index will be the ER upon HR. I hope so now you should understand. Now we are talking about the in medium 2, only the one of the wave will be present, that will be the what your transmitted wave. So the refractive index for this medium 2 will be what, N2 ET upon HT. Okay, so this is how, these are the actually basic equation that we consider the differences between the refractive index of medium 1 and the medium 2. Now what will be the reflection coefficient and the transmission coefficient, ये इक्वेशन हमें क्या करना है, फाइंड आउट करना है. उसी इक्वेशन को हम लोग यहाँ पे बोलते हैं फ्रेजनेल इक्वेशन. सो वंस वी गेट द वैल्यू फॉर दिस बोथ द कोएफिशिएंट, वी कैन कॉल इट एज व्हाट योर फ्रेजनेल इक्वेशन. So now your first possibility, now here we are going to be study the two cases. So let us first we have to investigate over here reflection and the refraction coefficient for perpendicular polarization. तो first thing यहाँ पे क्या है, the first case will be the electric field, okay, that is going to be perpendicular to the plane of the incident. So this is the first possibility कि हम लोग इसको perpendicular consider करें. And second possibility, the electric field is exactly parallel to the plane of the incident. तो जब हम लोग यहाँ पे study करेंगे electric field perpendicular to the plane of incidence, so we can call it as a what your perpendicular polarization. So sometime we can also call it as a what your S polarization. इसे हम लोग और क्या नाम से बुला सकते हैं, एस पोलराइजेशन में हम लोग इसे बोलते हैं. अब सेकेंड पॉसिबिलिटी क्या है, दैट हाइड्रोजन फील्ड परपेंडिकुलर टू द प्लेन ऑफ द इंसिडेंट। ओके, तो इसे हम लोग जनरली क्या बुलाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, पैरेलल पोलराइजेशन। क्या बोलेंगे, पैरेलल पोलराइजेशन। अब पैरेलल पोलराइजेशन में क्या होगा, द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जो होती है दैट इज गोइंग टू बी व्हाट, पैरेलल टू द प्लेन ऑफ द इंसिडेंस। ओके, तो एक इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड परपेंडिकुलर है, तो इसमें आपका हाइड्रोजन फील्ड क्या होगा ना, ओवर हियर द हाइड्रोजन फील्ड पैरेलल टू द plane of the incident. So now these two cases now I am going to be study over here. So let us start with the very first case ki what will be the your electric field when perpendicular to this particular media, then what will happen. So just take a look. So now after understanding, first solve the derivation. Let us assume that incidence electric field, now these are the incidence electric field EI, okay, is pointing आउट ऑफ द प्लेन ऑफ द पेपर। डेफिनेटली तो ये आउट ऑफ द प्लेन मतलब कैसे है, वर्टिकल होगा। सो नाउ यू नीड टू फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आइडेंटिफाई ओवर हियर द एक्स वाई जेड प्लेन। सपोज नाउ दीज आर द एक्चुअली योर प्लेन ऑफ द इंसिडेंट। आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू बी फिगर आउट ओवर हियर द एक्स प्लेन, these are the your z plane, then where is the y, so y will be the here perpendicular into the nature. So this is how you are going to be consider now 3D. So this is your y, so this point plane of the incident I am going to be considered as a y over here. Okay, after that you just need to draw the incidence wave, reflected wave and the transmitted wave. So the angle between that theta I and theta t, that will be the very basic. Now we are going to be talking about the when these actually incident wave means incidence electric field exactly perpendicular in nature to this plane of the incident, then this we have to write down as a E vector EI. Here this particular point which indicates the ET and this particular point over here indicates the what ER, means reflection E vector. These are the incident and these are the transmitted electric field. So once you are going to be writing down, we just need to understand over here what will be the your magnetic field. So now you have the very basic actually knowledge. Whenever we are going to be consider the electric field and the magnetic field vector, so they are exactly perpendicular to each other. मतलब जहाँ पर आपका इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड परपेंडिकुलर है वहाँ पे आपका मैग्नेटिक फील्ड पैरेलल होता है, जहाँ पे आपका इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड पैरेलल है मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होता है आपका परपेंडिकुलर इन नेचर. सो दे एग्जैक्टली अपोजिट टू ईच अदर. तो ये हमें यहाँ पे याद रखना है. सो एज लुकिंग एट दिस डायग्राम, if you can see the electric field for this incident wave will be the what your perpendicular in nature. तो एग्जैक्टली मैग्नेटिक फील्ड उसका क्या होगा, पैरेलल इन नेचर. तो पैरेलल इन नेचर मतलब क्या होगा, एज लुकिंग एट द प्लेन ऑफ द इंसिडेंट. सो जस्ट टेक अ थंब रूल. तो मान लीजिए ये अपनी तरफ आ रहा है, सो दीज आर द एक्चुअली व्हाट टूवर्ड्स यू, देन दीज आर द थंब रूल. तो ये वो आपका प्लेन ऑफ द इंसिडेंट. तो ये आएगा यहाँ पे एरो डाउन. सो दिस इज हाउ यू मस्ट हैव टू शो over here the what your magnetic field. तो in the same way transmitted waves के लिए भी magnetic field कहाँ पे होगा, below, and then for the reflected these are the in this direction. So this is how the perpendicular जो position है exactly parallel क्या होगा, plane of the incidence will be what your magnetic field. So you must have to note down these are the HR, these are the HT and these are the HI stand for the what your magnetic field of the what your incident wave. So now after getting these actual electric field and your magnetic field okay components, now these actually field are going to be resolved into the two components. तो वेरी बेसिक आइडिया है. सपोज दीज आर द माई प्लॉट. तो यहाँ से मैंने एंगल निकाला, ठीक है. अब ये इंसिडेंट वेव ये वाला पॉइंट जो है I'm just going to be draw over here parallel. Now these actually magnetic field component now resolve into the two components, okay, vertical and horizontal line. They are going to be decomposed into the two vector. So one will be the this is how and one will be the this is how. So first of all how we are going to be, we are consider these are the actually square waves over here. So now these whatever the angle they are going to be making over that will be the what your theta है. तो ये यहाँ पे जो एंगल बनेगा तो डेफिनेटली वो भी आपका क्या होगा, थीटा आई. सो द एग्जैक्टली व्हेन दिस एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस मैचेस दिस हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन यहाँ पर जो बनेगा आपका, उसे यहाँ पर हम लोग बोलेंगे कॉस थीटा आई. and the vertical line which representing towards your plane of the incident we can call it as what your sin theta I. तो ये चीजें यहाँ पर आपको याद रखनी है. So as looking at this, we now resolve these components into the two line, okay, vector, magnetic field vector. So you will get this line as hi sin theta which is vertical, and exactly horizontal line we can call it as hi cos theta I. In the same way now we are going to be resolve, okay, this also magnetic field into two components, ht sin theta t and ht cos theta t. In the same way these also resolve into two components, hr cos theta and hr sin theta I. Okay, so once now you are going to be completed with the what your horizontal and the vertical line means resolve into the two components your magnetic field vector, you come to know the exactly what will be the expression for the electric field, because we solve the derivation for what your electric field. So the first you need to understand in the medium 1 and in the medium 2 the medium parameter. So the mu I epsilon 1 and mu 2 epsilon 2, these are the actually medium parameters. Okay, so now you need to order first of all what your refractive index, which is nothing but the intrinsic impedance for this particular diagram, which is actually given by the what your medium parameter which we representing over here, that will be the square root of mu 1 divided by epsilon 1, whereas the refractive index for medium 2 will be square root of mu 2 divided by epsilon 2. Okay, so that will be the very basic actually equation. So now we need to modify the expression for what your electric field. तो अब यहाँ पे देखो, as you can see the three waves are going to be present over here. First wave incident, reflected wave and the transmitted wave. So now we generate the what expression for the electric field. So for generate the expression for the electric field, you need to understand the amplitude means magnitude of this particular E vector, okay, along with the phase transition over here. So the first equation EI for the what your incident wave is equal to what EI. अब EI का यहाँ पर मतलब है magnitude or we can say the amplitude of the what incident wave multiply with the what your phase transition value. तो phase transition यहाँ पे हम लोग जनरली कंसिडर करते हैं e raised by power minus j beta 1. अब beta 1 क्यों है? बिकॉज वी कंसिडर फॉर द वॉट योर मीडियम 1, मतलब मीडियम 1 मतलब कौन सा, इंसिडेंट एंड द रिफ्लेक्टेड. तो यहाँ पे आएगा बीटा 1. नाउ दिस एक्चुअली इंसिडेंट वेव मेकिंग द एंगल इन द विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू, क्या हम लोग परपेंडिकुलर कंसिडर करें, बराबर, विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू वाई, सो वाई डिरेक्शन. सो नाउ दे मेकिंग द एंगल विथ वॉट साइन थीटा एंड कॉस थीटा विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स जेड प्लेन. तो यहाँ पे एंगल बनेगा एक्स साइन थीटा एंड जेड कॉस थीटा. ठीक है, सो वी नीड टू सी विच वन विल बी द होरिजेंटल एंड विच वन विल बी द वर्टिकल विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस ई वेक्टर, एंड वी जस्ट नीड टू राइट डाउन ओवर हियर. सो यू विल गेट द इक्वेशन x sin theta I plus z cos theta I. I hope so you should completely clear. Now in the same way you should write down the expression for electric field for the reflected wave. So same होगा, for the reflected wave you must have to write down the ER, then amplitude or magnitude of the reflected wave ER. now phase transition multiply करो e raised by power minus j बीटा 1. अब रिफ्लेक्टेड वेव भी कहाँ पर है, मीडियम 1 में, तो बीटा 1 आएगा यहाँ पे. देन इन द ब्रैकेट x sin थीटा I. अब यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हो आप, रिफ्लेक्टेड वेव देख रहे हो, ओके, विच इज एग्जैक्टली अपोजिट टू द व्हाट यूर इंसिडेंट वेव. सो द changing of the sign will be sin theta and cos theta will be taking place with respect to your x and z plane, because the direction are going to be changed over here with respect to incident wave. So that's why we will get here negative sign. Remaining all the things are going to be same y vector, because हम लोग in the y direction में हम लोग study करें, because these are going to be pointing out of the plane of the paper. Okay, so for now transmitted wave के लिए क्या होगा, ET electric field, then ET magnitude of the transmitted wave, phase transition e raised by power minus j. अब यहाँ पे बीटा 2 लिखना है, because now these are the what your medium 2, so you must have to write down the beta 2. Now in the bracket x sin theta t plus z cos theta t, okay, then y vector. So this is how you need to understand first of all what is the expression for the electric field. Now once you are going to be draw the expression for electric field, next what you are going to do, you are going to be apply the boundary condition. अब boundary condition I hope so आपको सबको पता होगा. Boundary condition student is nothing but you are going to be applying the tangential component of the all the waves which is present into the plane of the incidence. Means now from the boundary condition, that is at z equal to 0. So we applying this boundary condition. So I must suppose to understand assumption करो यहाँ पे कि this actually particular z plane will be, we have to consider z is equal to 0. Then what will happen? The tangential component of this E vector should be continuous. So they satisfied the boundary condition over here. Then what will happen over here, that the EI, okay, this equation, so out of this equation now we are going to be completely negligible, हमें neglect करना है. Then only the first part of this equation we are going to be consider according to this boundary condition, and then we need to write down the EI, e raised by power minus j beta 1 x sin theta I. Similarly for the refraction and then transmission. Okay, sum up किया तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, the E vector okay of the incident wave and the reflected wave which is equal to the what your transmitted wave. As soon as you are going to be applying the boundary condition at z is equal to 0, then what will happen, all the tangential component of the three waves according to electric field should be continuous. So according to Snell's law also we are going to be sum up these. Now phase transition, as you can see in the all the three waves are going to be similar, because the phase transition for all these medium 1 and medium 2 will be the common in nature. So we consider in sum up together, and finally you will get here EI plus ER and is equal to ET. So this is how now you will get here equation number 1. I hope so you should understand how you will get the equation number 1. So once you will get the equation 1, we solve the actually expression for what your electric field. Now you in order to determine the expression for what you are now magnetic field. So for the magnetic field now, as earlier in the first start of the video I mentioned over here that the whatever the medium 1 and medium 2 we consider over here, they will be the what your lossless media. So there will be the no any conductivity. So because of that here there is a no any surface current. बराबर, तो यहाँ पे कोई surface current नहीं. So because of that then what will happen, the tangential component for the your magnetic factor, means these are the actually pointing vector for the magnetic field is going to be continuous. So they satisfied the condition. So for that reason we just need to write down for the what your magnetic field is nothing but HI cos theta I minus HR cos theta I is equal to what your with respect to transmitted, means HT cos theta T. So this is how now you are going to be derive both these equation. अब यहाँ पे आप अगर देखोगे these actually magnetic field, okay, and these are the actually electric field. They are exactly what they are talking about, what the exactly refractive index ratio. So now we are going to be rearranging this HI value with respect to this refractive index. So you will get what equation, student, over here, the equation number 2. So now after getting the equation, we are going to be putting the basic equation, we solve the equation. So you will get here now equation number 2. Okay, अब यहाँ पे next हमें क्या करना, as you can see over here. So in this what you are going to be just supposed to put the value that the refractive index, which is nothing but the ratio of the what your EI HI, and then second ER and the HR, and for the transmission refractive index N2, which is nothing but the what your ET upon HT. Okay, तो अब ये वैल्यू हम लोगों ने क्या किया, इस इक्वेशन में पुट किया. So in order to rearrange the equation, you will get now over here equation number 2. So now after getting equation 1 and equation 2, you have to solve, doing some algebra, you need to solve this equation 1 and 2, and then finally you will get here reflection coefficient value, and that reflection coefficient value will be what is, you will get here N2 cos theta I minus N1 cos theta 2 cos theta T, means for transmission, divided by N2 cos theta I plus N1 cos theta T. So you must need to satisfy what the gamma, capital letter gamma, for the perpendicular polarization, the having value which is what actually less than or equal to 1. Okay, so these are the reflection coefficient. In order to solve equation 1 and 2, you will get this value. See, in the same way, what transmission coefficient you will get? So the transmission coefficient, the top perpendicular polarization, you will get 2n2 cos theta I divided by n2 cos theta I plus n1 cos theta t. So in order to solve the 1 and 2 equations, so you will get these are the reflection coefficient and these are the what your transmission coefficient value. So when we are going to be compare these actually both the equation with respect to a basic equation, then what you can find out that the 1 plus actually gamma perpendicular polarization, which is nothing but the what your top perpendicular polarization, means your transmission coefficient, which is nothing but the 1 plus of your reflection coefficient value. Okay, so now after solve the electric field, what will be the your second limiting case for this particular equation? So now हम लोगों ने अभी ये सॉल्व किया, अब हमें सॉल्व क्या करना है दैट हाइड्रोजन फील्ड इज परपेंडिकुलर टू द व्हाट यूर प्लेन ऑफ द इंसिडेंट. सो इन दिस केस पी पोलराइजेशन में क्या होगा, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड क्या होगा, अभी पैरेलल होगा. ठीक है, सो डायग्राम विल बी सिमिलर. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू नीड टू राइट डाउन द एक्स जेड प्लेन, वाई होगा आउट ऑफ द प्लेन. अब यहाँ पे हमारा परपेंडिकुलर कौन है, परपेंडिकुलर कौन मैंने बोला इन द सेकेंड केस मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. ओके, सो जैसे कि हम लोगों ने कंपेयर किया, सो नाउ कंपेयर बोथ दिस पर्टिकुलर डायग्राम. सो दीज आर द एक्चुअली इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड व्हेन परपेंडिकुलर, तो हम लोगों ने ई आई कंसिडर किया. ओके, नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू बी टेकिंग द परपेंडिकुलर what your magnetic field. So you need to write down HI over here, HT and HR. See over here, this is our differences. अब यहाँ पे क्या होगा, once you are going to be consider the magnetic field, this pointing vector will be the perpendicular in nature. Then what is the nature of the electric field? They are going to be parallel. So now I am going to be taking the parallel in nature. So I am just going to be draw this line. तो यहाँ पे क्या बनेगा आपका पैरेलल, तो ये हुआ आपका ई वेक्टर, वी कैन कॉल्ड इट एज अ व्हाट ईयर ई आई. ठीक है, तो अब हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन और वर्टिकल लाइन चेक करो. सो नाउ दिस ई वेक्टर आई एम गोइंग टू बी resolve into two components. One will be the EI cos theta I, whereas the another one will be the what your EI sin theta I. Similarly यहाँ पर भी हमें क्या करना है, this now E vector I am going to be plotting over exactly parallel with this plane of the incident, and the vertical horizontal line you will get ET cos theta T. Over here also I am going to be now resolve these E vector into the two components, and you will get here ER cos theta I. Okay, so exactly different. See, दोनों में these are the electric field perpendicular polarization, these are electric field parallel to the plane of the incidence. So looking at the diagram, vectors and the resolving components. So you just need to understand first of all what will be the basic diagram. अब जैसे हम लोगों ने ये डेरिवेशन यहाँ पे सॉल्व किया था, and you will get here what equation number 1, that the incident wave, electric E vector of the incident wave plus E vector of the what is reflected wave, which is exactly equal to the what is transmitted wave. तो यहाँ पे फिर क्या होगा, इक्वेशन 1 हमारा वही होगा, दैट मैग्नेटिक फील्ड फॉर द what your incident wave, magnetic field of the reflected wave, which is equal to the what your transmitted wave. And how you are going to be derive the equation 1? So these are the actually derivation part. So in the same way now you are going to be solve for the what your magnetic field, and you will get here now equation number 1. So now once you will get the equation number 1, you need to carry out the second boundary condition you need to apply over here, that there is a no any surface current over here in the medium 1 and in the medium 2. So this will be the completely lossless media. So depending upon now tangential component for this actually magnetic field which is in continuous, the electric field is going to be giving the equation number 2, that is EI cos theta I minus what you are coming to over here ER cos theta I is equal to what ET cos theta T. तो ये हमें पैरेलल कंडीशन यहाँ पे कंसीडर करना है, बिकॉज विच इज इन पैरेलल पोजीशन विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, नाउ electric field. So I am just going to be writing down the equation 1 and 2. So now in order to determine the equation 1 and 2, doing some algebra, we are going to be solve this equation, and you will get here reflection coefficient value, that अब पैरेलल के लिए यहाँ पे आपको डबल वर्टिकल लाइन डालना है, तो कैपिटल लेटर गामा पैरेलल. सो द रिफ्लेक्शन कोएफिशिएंट यू विल गेट n1 cos theta I minus n2 cos theta t divided by n1 cos theta I plus n2 cos theta t. Okay, and transmission coefficient value also you will get. Now if I am going to be compare now both this actually reflection coefficient value and this reflection coefficient value for the parallel polarization, so you must need to see the value are going to be similar. So the only change is taking place with respect to what your refractive index. So why refractive index? Because in the one of the case they are going to be perpendicular in nature, and in the second case they are the parallel in nature. So because of this reason you can see over here n2 refractive index, here n1, remaining cos theta है similar, n1 here n2. तो यहाँ पे n2 minus n1 है, यहाँ पर n1 minus n2 होगा in the case of parallel. n2 plus n1 below, and in the bottom n1 plus n2 remaining same. अब ट्रांसमिशन कोएफिशिएंट कंपेयर करो, 2n2 cos थीटा है बिलो n2 cos थीटा n1 cos थीटा t, और यहाँ पे आएगा आपका n1 पहले cos थीटा एंड देन n2 cos थीटा t. So this is how the tau parallel means transmission coefficient value you will get for the parallel polarization. Now you are just going to be find out the here two values. Okay, one for the what perpendicular polarization and another value you will get for the what your parallel polarization. So perpendicular and parallel, these are the two situations. But suppose okay you will get here any normal incidence case. Of these are the third case where what will happen, these are the actually plane of the what your incidence. Okay, boundary interface we can say. Then what will happen, these are the actually incident wave strike over here, so exactly the reflected wave coming back over here, so in this same angle, and these are the transmitted waves. So here actually there is a no any actually angle of incidence are going to be present, right? So now we can investigate the case for normal incidence by substituting theta I is equal to 0. अब theta I is equal to 0 का मतलब क्या है कि जिस डायरेक्शन में आपका इंसिडेंट वे उसी डायरेक्शन में आपका रिफ्लेक्शन होगा. सो नाउ थीटा आई इज इक्वल टू 0 का मतलब है ट्रांसमिशन जो होगा थीटा टी वो भी आपका यहाँ पे क्या होगा 0 होगा. सो नाउ इन दिस केस देर इज नो एनी सिचुएशन इज गोइंग टू बी जनरेटेड दैट यू नीड टू स्टडी द पैरेलल एंड द परपेंडिकुलर पोलराइजेशन फॉर दिस नॉर्मल इंसिडेंस. तो यहाँ पे कोई सिचुएशन ही क्रिएट नहीं होगा कि परपेंडिकुलर या पैरेलल पोलराइजेशन की, राइट. सो नाउ बाय यूजिंग द स्नेल्स लॉ व्हेन योर थीटा आई इज इक्वल टू 0, सो थीटा टी दैट आल्सो गोइंग टू बी 0. So then what will be the reflection coefficient and transmission coefficient value? Then reflection coefficient will be only, then what is happening, so this equation, okay, in that this theta I and theta t is equal to 0. तो remaining फिर बचेगा क्या यहाँ पर, that n2 minus n1 only the refractive index for the what your medium 1 and the medium 2. तो ये होगा आपका equation that n2 minus n1 n2 plus n1, whereas in the transmission coefficient you will get 2n2 divided by n2 plus n1. So this is how you will get the total 6 values. So one value for the perpendicular you will get the 2, for parallel you will get the 2 value, and for normal incidence you will get these 2 value. So this is how this particular equation which you will calculate for the reflection and the transmission coefficient, that equation is known as what your Fresnel equation. Okay, so student, I hope so you should completely clear that what will be the your exactly Fresnel equation in this case. But still if you have any doubt regarding this derivation part, so you just supposed to ask me the question. I definitely resolve your all the problems. And once again thank you so much students watching this video. If you really like this video, don't forget to subscribe us. Thanks a lot.